Welcome back to Get Ready with Juanita. If you'd like to know how I got this look, please continue watching. Hi guys. So I have my face prepped and I use my Naturium Vitamin C Serum. I went in with the Drunk Elephant Whipped Cream, and then I actually used my Tatcha, what is it called? And I thought about it earlier too. It's the Tatcha Silk Canvas. I use this primer and I've been letting it sink in for a few minutes. So I'm ready to start. I'm going to be using my Givenchy today, my foundation from Givenchy, the new Prisme Libre. And so far with my experience with this product, it's really a beautiful product, very thin. A little bit goes a long way. The only downside that I can say about this product is the smell. So it has a Givenchy scent, that perfumey scent. So anybody who has scent sensitivities, this probably wouldn't work well for you, because this is sort of like at even my higher end of scent. Like I probably wouldn't want to do much more than this for scent. And like it is a pretty perfume scent, however, still a floral scent. And so I'm just going to do like a spot at a time and get it spread it out with my BK 101 brush, my foundation brush. And it's just such a beautiful foundation. It's super thin, super watery. So usually for thicker foundations, you want to use a sponge. And then for the thin ones, a brush is probably more preferred, because if you use like a damp sponge on this, the sponge might soak up a lot of the product. So I'm just going to do a little bit here and a little bit more here. That's good. I always like to put the foundation on my eyelids as well. I know probably to a makeup artist that's sacrilege, but that's okay. I'm a makeup enthusiast, and I don't, I'm not going to be doing makeup on models or movie stars or anything like that. So there we go. I'm just a regular person doing my makeup, which makes me feel good. All right, guys. So I have that on, and oh, it's so beautiful. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Natasha Denona Hy-Glam concealer today. This being one of my very up there fave concealers. Love it, love it. And I think I'll put a little bit right there too. I don't need much because I have really good coverage with the Givenchy, which I really love. Definitely in my top 5 foundations I've ever used to date. So like I've tried a variety over the years, including a lot of drugstore brands, and this one is just so thin and so beautiful. It's blurring. It's beautiful, beautiful wearing foundation. And the only downside is that it's got that strong scent that some people might not like. And again, I wouldn't blame you, because when I wasn't well, I wouldn't have been able to do a scent like this, and I fully understand. Okay, nice. So I got a little bit of my concealer on, and the next product I'm going to go in with, I'm going to use my Dior bronzer. So this here is the second shade. So I don't have to actually use a ton of this product, just because I'm a light undertone. And this shade is sort of second from the lightest. It's not the lightest, but it's the next one in line. I chose this one just because it seemed like it was a little bit warmer of an undertone compared to the first one. So I felt a little bit safer going with this one because I can't really do like mega cool shades like the grays because they don't really look good on me. There we go. So a little bit of this goes a long way on my skin. So the next product I'm going to choose to use today is my e.l.f. Liquid blush. So I'm just going to blend it into my brush, and I'm just going to apply it from this means. It's such it's such a pretty blush, but the use of it is a little bit more complicated because it's such a pigmented blush that a little bit goes a long way. So I usually put it on a surface and then blend it into the brush and then just blend it onto my cheek. And there we go. And that looks really pretty. So now that I've got those products done, I'll go in with my powder, my setting powder, and I'm just going to use a little bit of my Givenchy today, just because I want to have a little bit of fun. I don't think I'll need much though, because, yeah, a little bit because of the Natasha Denona. I'm just going to quickly rub out any creases that might have developed there. Just going to use a little bit of my powder now. And this powder too has a scent to it. But, oh, they're so beautiful. These are like my favorite products, some of my favorite. Lovely. Awesome. So now that I got that done, guys, I'm going to go off screen and I'm going to get my eyebrows done. And I'll be back in a minute. I'm back and I have my eyebrows done, and I used my regular eyebrow products. And guys, any of the products that I use today will all be listed down below in the description box, and including the shades. So if anybody's curious about any of the products, please just, go look at the description box and it's all explained in there. As well, today I wanted to try something new and have a little bit of fun, because for me, makeup is fun, and I really love the look that I created today. But guess the palette. It's actually a Natasha Denona palette, and I use the Roxa palette, and I use the Natasha Denona Bloom palette to create the look. I actually used two palettes to create this look today because I wanted to have some fun. And the thing is, like, I find that with her palettes, like between the gold, the Bloom, and the Roxa, like all the MIDI palettes that I have, there's not a lot of contrast going on. So I thought I'd make my own contrast, and I really love how my look turned out. So I'm just going to show you on the other eye how I achieved my look. I started off with the Roxa palette. I wanted to lay down the cool sort of tone first, and this is the shade that I started off with. It's a really beautiful shade, and I'm just going to go in and start with this brush here, just to start blending some of this color just right here in the corner. So that's the thing, like, I mean, who's to say? I mean, I love getting palettes because sometimes I really appreciate a color story, and it might give me ideas. And so I do enjoy a color story in itself. But there's no law saying you can't haul out your palettes and use them together. And the thing is with her palettes, I mean, it's all the same formula, which is fun. And I just thought, what a great idea. Why don't I just do this? Because I really do love the Natasha Denona formula. It is absolutely gorgeous. The only thing that I've struggled with is that I'm not getting that contrast that I love. And, you know, so sometimes you just create your own. And this is my fun for today. And so the next shade that I went in with is actually from the Bloom palette. And I started off with this shade down here. And I just got to remember which brushes I used. Uh-oh, I dropped one. So it was this brush I started off with. And I started building it right here. Really beautiful shade. And I do love my peaches and purples. They are absolutely gorgeous. Just come around the bend a little bit. I'm just going to go and touch this area up right here. Yeah, that's better. I like that. Lovely. Okay. And then I need, I believe, the brush. Not that one. All right. So I got that laid. And then the next shade, the next thing I'm going to do is just go in with my NYX glitter glue. Boop. I love my NYX glitter glue. Lovely. Just going to bring that down and forward. And I use that one, but I'll use this one. I just want to bring that beautiful peach just down right here. I just needed a smaller brush. Okay. All right. So let me just see. Nice. So the first shimmer I'm going to go in with is from the Roxa palette, and it was this beautiful shimmer here. Lovely. And then the next shade I'm going to go in with is from my Bloom palette. And I'm going to use this beautiful shade right there. And I'm just going to, like, these shimmers are, you know, much different than like the shimmers from some of my indie brands. But they are so beautiful in their own right. And that's the thing, like I've said before, like I really like all the different formulas, and so sometimes it's just about appreciating that. And then I use this duochrome down here, and I'm going to use that, and I'm going to bridge these two. Just go right in between. There we go. Nice. Now, I gotta say one thing, something I noticed when I was using, what was it, my palette from the ambient lighting from Hourglass Guys. I went out afterwards, and in the sunlight, I could not believe how glowy my cheeks were. Even like from the highlighter I put on, I went, oh my goodness, this is what it looks like in natural light. And I was so blown away by the difference. So hopefully someday when I'm out in the light and after putting it on, I'll try to get a picture. But sometimes a picture just don't do it justice, or, you know, putting it on camera, just don't do it justice. And I was just so floored because I was like, oh my goodness. So the next shade I'm going to go in with is this beautiful shade here. And I'm going to use my eyeliner brush. And I'm just going to create my eyeliner. And I'm just going to go right next to my lash line here. just right to the corner, and same thing on top. And then with a clean brush, I went in, and I'm just going to wipe this off because this is the one I used. It's a nice pencil brush, and I'm just going to do a little bit of blending and get that sort of smudged out look, which is quite popular right now. Nice, lovely. I really like that, guys. And I mean, that's how simple it was between the two palettes, but I absolutely love the look. I'm just going to go in with my e.l.f. palette, and I'm going to highlight my brow bone like I normally do, but just because I love the shade. And then I'm going to do my inner corner just to brighten that area up. Nice. And while I'm here, I'm just going to do my nose. I'll just come straight down. Ooh, I was a little bit wonky there, but that's easy to tidy up as well. Then I'm just going to use the shade here, and I'm going to contour the nose. And there's different methods that people use to do their nose as well. This is the one I prefer because I find it easier, not so complex. But what you got to do is just, not you, what I have to do, I just have to be careful of the blending. So when I'm done sort of creating my little lines here, I'm going to blend these out so that nothing is too harsh. And also when I go in with my finishing powder, the finishing powder will help with the blend as well. There we go. Lovely. So now I'm ready for my powders, and what I'm going to do is figure out what powders I'm going to use. I think, you know what, today I'm going to go in with my Cheekbone Beauty, where I've got that beautiful peach. I'm going to use a little bit of that bronzer first. That's not my bronzer brush. This one is. Boop, 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 boop. So I'm just going to go in and just bring back some of that. And then I'm going to get a blush brush, and I'm going to use some of this beautiful peach blush from my palette, and I'm going to brighten this. Oh, that is so pretty, especially with this look today. So pretty, guys. I love this blush, and it has some luminosity to it as well. I really do. This is such a pretty little compact. Very gorgeous. All right, guys, so now I'm going to go in with my finishing powder from Charlotte Tilbury. Charlotte Tilbury. All right, lovely. Okay. And then I'll use some of my setting spray from Charlotte Tilbury. And I'll melt everything together. Really loving this. So guys, I'm just going to go off screen, and I'm going to get my mascara, and I'll be back in a minute. I'm back, and I have my mascara done, and I use the L'Oreal Panorama in the shade Black is Black. And for my lipstick, I'm going to use my Cheekbone Beauty lip liner in clay. And for my lippy, I'm going to use my Odin's Eye Shade and Snuggle from the Love Language collection. Ah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I wanted to go with a lighter peach to go with the look, and I really like how this turned out, guys. And I'm so pleased that I hauled out 2 of my Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes and decided to play around and see what I could create, because I really love what I created today. Anyway, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell, and that way you're notified of any future video uploads. As well, if you enjoyed today's content, please give my video a like. That would really help my channel out. And leave a comment. What do you think about playing with 2 different palettes to create a look? It's sort of fun. Have you ever done it? And if so, what 2 palettes did you enjoy putting together? Anyway, guys, I gotta say I'm feeling good and I'm ready for my day. And I wish all of you guys a good day too. Bye.